Let's go back to one.
Since I was 13 years old,
All right, still rolling, guys. Resetting.
I've wanted to make a movie.
Play back real fast to make sure that it's time for the glitter.
So we're gonna do 3 shots. This is day 5 of filming. The scene where Steven's character discovers that he's trapped in a void. Sam and I met at NYU when we were 18, 19. Sam was an actress and I was in the film production side of things.
I would act in his commercials, like hang upside down on like a C-stand forever, so I looked like I was floating through space. And then I stopped. I started moving away from acting and started doing wardrobe and production design, and so we would work in that context together.
But we just always told jokes, told stories, like had a good time, and it sort of like, you know, effortlessly evolved into us writing scripts together.
Then eventually we were just like, well.
And to be honest, the first script that we collaborated on, we sent to Kristen Stewart, and she said, in a weekend, she's like, I'm down, let's do it. Welcome to Earth. So Love Me started as sort of a science fiction idea that we had. It was sort of a meditation on our smallness. The scale of the movie, the time scale of the movie is billions and billions of years. And this was 5 years ago, and we weren't talking as much about artificial intelligence, but this idea came out of those early conversations about artificial intelligence. And we had this sci-fi idea that seemed like it was a fun idea, but it didn't really become a movie that we wanted to make until I think Sam came in and said, maybe there's a way to take these conceptual ideas and make them emotional.
Hi.
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 All of a sudden we had a movie with characters and longing, and it felt like a love story about transformation. And you watch these 2 new beings, a buoy and a satellite, or the AI inside the buoy and satellite, recreate themselves as virtual avatars that then evolve into real, living, breathing human beings who figure out what it means to be alive and in love.
I loved the design process of the buoy and the satellite. I wish I had years to do it. It was really fun working with Lairds, like just a bunch of geniuses, like building this thing, programming it, and this woman, Paige, who would sit there and we'd say, can she turn her head this way and look up, and her eye can light up, and she would just program it, and then we'd do rehearsals with the buoy.
There was one sound for the buoy's head turning and eye opening, and that was when you turned to the top of the snowball microphone, it made a squeak, and that squeak was every movement. So then when the movie got picture locked and we went into sound design, our sound designer, Matt, gave that one squeak a whole spectrum of squeaks, and he found an old rusty like CNC printer, I believe.
Yeah.
And he had microphones recording every single nuance, like every little like blip, blap, bloop of the CNC machine, and he built this sort of symphony for the buoy. So although it's very simple, there's so much character that comes out of just the like little delicate sounds it makes when it turns its head, opens its eye.
I am my form.
So the actual process of working with Dolby Atmos was completely new. It's so intuitive. I don't think we thought that when we were making an indie film that we'd be able to have like blockbuster quality sound.
Never, we've never thought that.
There are 36 speakers encircling us, and I guess we're trying to use every single one.
We didn't expect to use Atmos in such a down-to-earth way. We knew that we were going to use it for the big space elements, but we had no idea that how useful it is for just people moving around a space.
It visualizes sound in a way that's very similar to light, and you sort of direct sound in a 3-dimensional space as opposed to thinking about it sonically. It's great. There's a picture on a screen, and you say you want the sound to weave through the theater like this.
I really loved when we would put sound everywhere in the theater, and then during a dramatic moment, just like pull it all into one place. That was one of my favorite things. And I think it's like a very powerful tool that like, if you use it with thoughtfulness and like even a bit of restraint, it becomes even more powerful.
And to me, the most fun part, because the pressure's off, Is everything's cut, you can't go back and really change anything? Is the sound design. And I've had a little picture on my computer screen of me in a sound design in college.
It's true.
Yeah, that I've been like aiming for years and years and years. And so to arrive at not just your friend's apartment who's sound designing, but a Dolby Atmos mixing stage where the technology is so sophisticated that you can spend hours to perfect even the littlest moment. I mean, that was a thrill. That was one of the greatest joys of making the movie.
It makes storytelling more powerful because you could make the picture even more dynamic. To have as many tools as possible in your kit is important.